and welcome to Atmosphere Digital Evolving Retail. I'm Drew Alfonso, and for the next 30 minutes, I, along with several Google Apps for Work customers, will show you how to succeed in the digital marketplace. But before we get started, check out the Google Atmosphere Digital platform. Down the page, you'll find the social visualizer, where you can see what other viewers are saying about Apps for Work and today's event, and even add your voice to the conversation. And if you have any questions, just post on the Q&A section, and a Googler will be sure to answer. Okay, so what is the digital marketplace? For a long time, retail sales only happened at a physical location when a salesperson sold something to a single customer. Mail order changed things a little, e-commerce changed them a lot. Now, a single retailer can sell to multiple customers simultaneously, but customers have caught up too. One person can just as easily choose from multiple retailers. From home, on a phone, brick and mortar, or online, anytime, anywhere. This is the digital marketplace. Google technology empowers digital workplaces to be smart, modern, and secure so retailers can stay nimble and relevant for customers. Apps for Work helps streamline operations, encourages creativity and teamwork, and provides customers with richer experiences. But don't just take my word for it. Later, you'll hear from several global retailers that have revolutionized their digital workplace, including purveyor of timeless style, Design Within Reach, Italy's top fashion retailer, OVS, the trend-setting e-commerce retailer, The Iconic from Down Under, and transformational Brazilian department store, Magazine Luiza. But first, let me ask you a few questions. How do you connect with your customers online and in the store today? Could this be improved? And would you like to reduce operating costs, speed up innovation, and overall build a better experience for your customers? At Google, we want to help you achieve this. It's what we call digital retail. So today we're going to explore digital culture and, more importantly, how digital workplaces help create better retail experiences in store, across mobile, and online. Take signage. Retailers such as Chico's, along with many other companies, are using Google's Chrome technology to power massive digital signage deployments, simply, quickly, and securely. In addition to eliminating expensive printing and shipping costs of paper signs, digital signs help showcase targeted products and information, and easily swap in and out high-quality video and images. We used Chrome OS and Google Drive to set up this sign. Our Google Chromebook is locked in what's called kiosk mode, so we can use it as a content player. It just loops through whatever content the administrator sets, in this case, our animated loop. Let's take a look.
It only took us a few minutes to set up our Chromebox using Chrome Sign Builder, a management console to configure, deploy, and monitor an unlimited number of devices. As we can see, Chrome Sign Builder shows a preview of currently scheduled content. To schedule our opening video, we just click the red Entry button in the top left, pasted this video link from YouTube, and set a time for the content to repeat. Simple and straightforward. If you want more HD or commercial options, we have the Asus Chromebit and the AOpen Chromebox for dual displays. And for more flexibility, we have a growing ecosystem of partners, including leaders like Scala, AppSpace, 4Winds Interactive, and dozens more, so no need to be worried about vendor lock-in. Display anything from menus or schedules to promotional templates or the latest launch of clothing lines. Of course, there's more to it, but it's all pretty intuitive and easy to manage.
So digital signage is a part of the physical customer experience. But what about the culture piece of your business? We see a strong digital culture as a result of a modern, smart, and connected workplace. Google Apps is designed to enable this culture by supporting greater agility, innovation, and employee engagement. So why does a digital culture even matter? We think it's because the digital workplace is the best way to build out a memorable digital brand, and digital brands are what customers expect. Customers want retail brands to keep up with the way they live, not the other way around. Customers today carry and wear connected devices. Showcasing is a reality. Social media empowers them to affect your brand in real time. Google for Work solutions, such as apps, Chrome, and devices, help retailers build a strong digital culture that connects with modern customers in today's digital marketplace. We see the opportunity for retailers to integrate their entire business across physical locations, the web, social networking, and more. Not only can retailers customize in-store communications, a well-integrated business can crowdsource feedback and research with Google Forms, take advantage of location-based services, personalize promotions with in-store beacons, and make information directly accessible to sales staff with Google Plus and Gmail. Since sales are the ultimate measure of brand satisfaction, let's take a look at the successful customer journey that ends with a purchase. Today's omni-channel reality is any device, anywhere, and anytime. Customers use many avenues to get product and brand information before they make a purchase. If they visit stores, they often arrive better informed and with smartphones. Connected devices can deliver personalized content to the right people at the right time, wherever they happen to be. Sales associates can do more when they're mobilized with the same advantages as customers. Staffing remains the single largest controllable expense on the balance sheet, so training and retaining great people is a priority. Connected sales associates can quickly access and share information, get feedback, and be better prepared to serve the customer. Let's see how this can look with Google Apps.
What makes a great retail experience? Great service from a store associate helps. First, how do we find that associate? HR could post a form for the position, and with social media, getting responses shouldn't be a problem. Let's screen the candidates and discuss internally. Drive makes it easy to securely share confidential files with coworkers, and permissions can be changed or revoked at any time. Let's keep edit privileges for the manager, and go ahead and set sharing to view only for the assistant manager. Okay, now the manager can take it from here and can view and edit the file from any device, whether on the back office desktop or on a tablet on the floor. Looks like a good fit. Let's all meet even though we're in 3 different locations. Simply setting a meeting in Google Calendar automatically generates a Hangout link. Now we just click and we're instantly connected. Well, hello. Meeting face-to-face in a Hangout really streamlines the interview process. That went well. Let's get back to HR. Looks like we've got our person. When can she start? HR will generate an offer letter based on standard content stored in Drive. Now all our store associate has to do is e-sign to accept and confirm the start date. Let's get her in the store circle on G+. Welcome to the team. Now for some onboarding. Will we issue her a tablet? She'd like to use her own phone? No problem. She can use her own phone for the new job because Google Apps securely separates corporate and personal data. IT just needs to get her set up. Now, any corporate data on her mobile device can be managed or wiped remotely. Here's the link to the training book. Because Google Apps works in the cloud, documents and files are always connected and up to date. Oh, looks like she has a suggestion. Seems like a good thing for our customers. Let's make it happen. And now that she's on the sales floor, she can quickly help shoppers with accurate, real-time information. Easy onboarding and great customer service. And now let's take a look at how Design Within Reach uses Google Apps to help bring modern design to customers around the world.
Design Within Reach makes authentic modern design accessible. Everything we sell has a true, historical, romantic story behind it. You buy something that's authentic, you fund an artist, you fund a designer, you fund innovation.
We spend a tremendous amount of time putting together a catalog that goes out every month that really tells the story behind every designer and every single one of the products that we sell.
When Design Within Reach was founded, there were not a lot of companies out there doing what we do, bringing this kind of design product to the general public. The market has changed and we need to find new ways to differentiate ourselves.
When we moved the company from San Francisco to Connecticut, we had to look at where we could have the biggest impact. So we invested in Gmail and Google Docs. We've seen incredible improvements in efficiency. It's allowed us to enable people that are in the studios to do visits to a client's home.
If you're not able to bring that experience in front of them, then you lose out on some of those sales opportunities.
We're always connected. The work is always happening. The company is always running. This is retail. You can't ever stop. From the corporate office out to 44 stores, we're communicating about new product. Google Docs is a huge thing for us in terms of really making collaboration happen.
And everyone uses it from the CEO to the intern. People have just started collaborating more because the tools allow them to do so.
We send the studios a Google Doc that tells them how to set up their windows, how to set up their entry to better inform the studio salespeople so that the customer experience can be best in class.
We just launched a new version of the website. Using Google Apps, we had a feedback form. It helped us launch a better, cleaner, faster site. We want to be more nimble, we want to be faster. Google Apps allows us to be closer to the customer.
The future for Design Within Reach is educating the world about design. They're dying to see what's next in modern. And it will be our job to bring it to them.
And that's an example of how Google Apps helps retailers bridge physical and online with digital workplaces. Now let's look at streamlining operations. Where can we simplify to lower costs and raise efficiency? Google Apps helps retailers improve management, connect in-house teams and supply chains, and just simply reduce cost and spend. And next stop, the back office, the link between the sales floor and everything it takes to bring new products to the customer. So what's an example? Today's workplaces often run on aging IT infrastructure. You know, desktops that run slowly and can't handle basic day-to-day operations at scale. Traditionally, the solution has been to upgrade hardware and software to keep pace with the way things used to be done. But what about the devices that employees already use all the time? How can retailers leverage the skills that their staff already have to improve the way their business is run? Google Apps help staff work the way they live. Mobile, connected, secure, BYOD. But how can that help retail? When staff can use their personal phone or tablet for work, stores don't need to train associates on new machines or even provide the hardware. Because Google Apps runs in the cloud, any screen provides access to an efficient, connected, central administration. Managers and staff can communicate directly. Collaborative working means things happen faster. This is the type of connected workplace that allows everyone to contribute and align to a single, seamless way to operate. So, from better in-house communication to deeper integration with external supply chains, Google Apps simplifies administration. For example, providing current documentation and tracking the latest initiatives. Audits, filings, and checklists can happen easily and from anywhere. And with Google Vault, archiving and e-discovery allow you to easily retain, search, and export communications and prevent data loss. So let's see a few of these tools in action.
Looks like this music store opening is going well. The build-out is moving along and everything's looking good with the schedule. Here we see the new staff is all lined up and all the shifts are covered. Oh great, the VP of Marketing is scheduled to work in the store on opening day to see what customers think. When will the rest of the stock arrive? Everything is shipping from the East Distribution Center. Let's take a look at maps. The new store changes things a little. It's definitely closer to the west side. We should switch to shipping from the closer distributor. We're wasting gas otherwise. Okay, and there we go. That's better. A new email from the VP. Looks like marketing wants to feature the new guitar components we're now carrying. Google Docs comments help teams communicate on the fly. Okay, let's make sure we get a picture in the spec sheet so the designer can easily source the image. We'll just insert an image straight into the doc from our new Assets folder. That's good. These are going to be a hot seller for sure. Let's adjust order amounts for the new store to stock a month's worth of the Cherry Craze rocker with the new pickups. Red is always a bestseller. Now to update the website with the new store location. 1 week to go and ahead of schedule.
So as we saw with apps, management can collaborate live from anywhere to support the organization. But what kinds of companies optimize operations with Google Apps? Take The Iconic, a business that delivers high street fashion online. They're Australia's largest and fastest growing web-based fashion retailer. Let's take a look.
As The Iconic, we have the widest range of fashion in Australia, so there's a huge amount of volume going through our supply chain on a daily basis, and ultimately it ends in 200 plus new products being launched each day to the website.
I basically head up the women's apparel side of The Iconic. We're buying product, we're trading the product for this season, we're focusing on the selections for next season. We're also working very closely with the marketing team and then making sure that the fulfillment centre has everything that they need to really ensure that the customers get that stock as soon as they purchase it. 3-hour delivery we obviously offer for our customers in Sydney, and then every other major city in Australia is within 24 hours.
We grew super fast. We put the website together in 5 weeks. We went from 0 people to 200 people within 6 months. And we went from not existing to the market leader within 9 months. I think the best way I could describe it in hindsight was everything was happening at once.
There's a huge element of brainstorming to our jobs from the creative side, so it's back and forth constantly. It's important to be interactive all the time, and I think we really do get that from the apps that Google provide.
You can never not be in communication here. It's a key to what we do. And having Google Apps allows us to be in constant communication, hangouts, either by video or by text, emails, documents in order to share ideas, share photos, share whatever they need to share. So having everything compressed into one with Google Apps, it makes our lives so much easier.
We want to really try and do some cool stuff around the way that people shop on our apps and in our website and through our tech. And if you walk around level 18 of our building, it feels like a fashion company. If you walk around level 17, it feels like a tech company.
Google Apps is great for us out on location shoot. My role is crediting and keeping on top of what we have shot for the day. So we have it up with slides and sheets. It just keeps us on top of things to then run smoothly post-shoot.
I do quite a bit of my shopping with the Iconic. I am not ashamed to admit it because it's easy to find things and I love being able to go, yes, okay, I know it's going to fit me and I know I can get it fast.
We're an organisation that moves so fast that we're constantly experimenting and trying new things. Google Docs are so flexible and agile and easy to collaborate with that they just fit into whatever we're doing in the way that we need it.
The Iconic is growing at such a rapid rate. I think it's important for us to always be ahead of the game, and with the internet and online, we really want to establish the Iconic as being that driving force.
I think we're a group of people who have a vision for how the industry can become and are bold enough to make that vision happen. But at the same time, we're a group of people who deeply care about our customers and the experience we're giving them. And that's where we get our greatest satisfaction, is when we just get that feedback from the customer who's had an amazing experience with the Iconic.
So we've seen a lot of examples of apps in action and a couple customers using these tools to grow their business. But what do the numbers look like? What does it cost to move to the cloud, or how can finding a cloud solution help? Through a fireside chat between Googler Kate Borger and Forrester consultant Reggie Lau, we'll explore the efficiencies available to deliver a total economic impact that makes a big difference.
Hi, I'm Kate Borger, Product Marketing Manager at Google, and today I'm here with Forrester consultant Reggie Lau. Reggie, thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me, Kate.
So Forrester recently completed a study on the value of Google Apps for Work, and I was hoping that you could give us a little bit of background and share the results of that study.
We actually completed 2 studies for Google. The first one is focused on the on-premise to cloud migration. So companies that have just maybe gotten off of some of the servers that they use for messaging and collaboration and then moved to the cloud. And then the second case, the one that we'll talk about today, is about the cloud-to-cloud migration. So they've moved from on-premise to cloud, and then they've asked themselves, is there more they can do? Is there a collaboration space that they haven't explored yet? Can they save any further hardware costs, things like that?
Okay, so these businesses have already taken advantage of a lot of those cost savings that would come from deprecating a server or not having to maintain hardware.
Yes.
Can you tell me about the customers that were interviewed for this report and what the ROI was?
So we interviewed 7 different customers for this study. They all kind of expressed a common theme of we've moved from on-premise to cloud. We know that there are some parts we're not exploiting all of in terms of benefits, and so we want to look at what else we can do. In terms of results, the composite model that we built, kind of representative of all the feedback, 213% return on investment, $911,000 for net present value, and a 1.9-month payback period over a 3-year model that's been risk adjusted.
That seems like a lot, considering they've already gotten the cost savings from moving to the cloud. So where's that 213% return coming from?
Well, there's 2 parts to this. I mean, the first part is some of the benefits that you get from on-premise to cloud, that first move, they still exist. The collaboration benefits that you might get from maybe document sharing from the previous platform, those will still exist as long as you make the comparison and you see a difference. So, for example, if you save maybe 1 minute sending a calendar invite out and setting it up in the previous platform, and you save 3 minutes with Google Apps, maybe because it's easier to add a Hangout, because it's just a click of a button, as opposed to copy and pasting a long teleconference number or a link to a video conference. That difference of 2 minutes is a benefit value that you can count in as collaboration benefit. So that type of benefit on the on-premise to cloud migration will still exist from the cloud to cloud migration.
So there's time savings that come from this increased collaboration from one cloud platform to another. And another large portion of the ROI in this report came from something you call product usage efficiency.
Essentially what that is we're talking about comparing what you pay for and how much of the platform you use with the previous platform. And so again, as an example, maybe you pay $5 each month to Google and you use 90% of the platform regularly, versus your previous platform, maybe you pay $8 a month and you only use 50% of the platform regularly. That difference, that gap, is what we would call product usage efficiency.
What are you attributing this increase in product usage efficiency to?
Right, so that difference in utilization rate, we questioned too. We asked the customers, and the general feedback was ease of use, intuitiveness, and does this cover my most frequent tasks, the use cases? And those were kind of the top 3 general feedback on why they used the Google platform more than the previous platform.
One of the customers you interviewed was in retail, and I'd love to talk more about that and just kind of dive into what were their use cases and what did they find that they could do with Google Apps that they couldn't on their previous cloud solution.
Specific to this retail customer, they had about 80 to 100 stores, 1,300 out of 1,500 of their staff are working at the stores. They're frontline consumer engaging. And a lot of the 1,300 staff, they aren't part of content creation or editing. That's not their task, right? Their task is to take care of the customers that come into the store. And so these stores usually have maybe 1 or 2 desktops or laptops for the store managers. And they're usually not the most upgraded or frequently upgraded high-powered machines that the knowledge workers would get in the back office. And what this retailer found after they deployed the previous cloud solution was that it actually didn't work very effectively on their infrequently upgraded machines.
So what you're saying then is that this retailer had migrated from an on-premise solution to what they thought was going to be a pure cloud solution, and then found that they would either have to install software locally or upgrade their hardware for it to work.
Once trying Google Apps, they realized that they could work from a browser, and it doesn't really matter if the machine is highly upgraded or not. But for some of the other customers, they also mentioned we can work mobile or from the office. It doesn't matter which device, and it also doesn't matter which operating system.
Well, this has been so great, Reggie. Do you have any final words of advice for any retailers out there?
I would say find a use case, discover it, design the process, and the practice and the behaviors to reinforce your staff to collaborate more and to leverage the technology that Google Apps offers to get there.
Well, this has been great. Thank you so much for joining us, Reggie.
Thank you, Kate.
It's been my pleasure.
Thanks, Reggie and Kate. When businesses simplify infrastructure and work real time, they create a culture, a brand that keeps businesses running smoothly and connecting with customers. Today, consumers have more options than ever, and they're better informed and prepared to sample and adopt new products. To keep ideas flowing and create new combinations, teams and partners must find the best ways to collaborate to gather and organize knowledge. We've seen how retail and operations can benefit, but what about product development? No matter who's working together, manufacturers, wholesalers, retailers, or customers, Google Apps are a powerful tool to enable internal and external teams to innovate. Collaborating and sharing information real time with anyone, anywhere makes work more creative and designing simpler, faster, and more accurate. Google Apps brings together diverse teams throughout the process, sourcing ideas, managing design teams, testing, pricing, promoting, and distributing products. It's connecting the whole team that really makes things happen. Centralized, easy-to-find documents and the ability to access data from anywhere wins the day. And once you have control over sharing privileges, whether you're working with inside or outside vendors, you'll be able to manage what information to share with the staff who need it. So let's see another example.
Faster innovation often happens as a result of team collaboration. This furniture company always gets the whole team working together. Here's the latest report from the marketing consultant. It's an Excel file, but we can still instantly view it in Google Drive. How'd the last guest designer series do? That's great. Looks like it was a big success. Here's how much the supplier shipped. It moved well and we're almost out of stock. Time for a new line. Now that we want to edit our Excel sheet, Drive can quickly load the docs so we can make changes. Let's make sure our external sales rep can view and edit this. Google Apps easily integrates internal and external teams. Here's a new sheet, everyone. Let's get our estimated sales in so we can plan our next manufacturing run. With everyone working in the same dock, we can all move fast while being on the same page. Hope our last guest designer is available for the new line. She's been great at new ideas. Perfect, she's in. Let's get her our initial concept assets and see what she comes up with. Here's the folder with our latest ideas, just a starting point for us to build from. Sasha works fast and already has an idea for us to look at. Love the chair. We've never done anything like that before. Okay, manufacturing, here are the specs for Sasha's original chair. How fast can we move on this? Can our supplier make enough of the fasteners, or do we need to find another solution? What's this? An update on current inventory. Oh, we already use a similar fastener. We're good on stock. Let's get on track for a prototype by next week. We've easily uploaded the product images approved by marketing directly into Google Sites. Time to let everyone know what's coming next.
So we've seen how a design company orchestrates managers, designers, and suppliers to develop and introduce a new product. Each business has its own processes, but in today's fast-moving global marketplace, every company requires the best solution to communicate and collaborate. OVS is a global leader in Italian fashion apparel. Their 700-person multinational supply team produces 180 million pieces of apparel each year in 40,000 different styles, which are then sold online and in 700 brick-and-mortar stores in Italy and abroad. So let's see how OVS is using apps today.
My name's Marco. I'm the Business Innovation and Change Director of OVS. I've been working in the company for the past 3 years, and it's just so exciting to be here. OVS is the Italian apparel market leader. We have more than 10,000 people working with us, 1,000 stores across Italy. After 2014, where we saw the success of using digital technology on our consumers, we said, okay, let's use it for processes, let's use it for employees. The implementation of Google Apps for Work in OVS has driven 3 main benefits. Number 1, speed, that in a fashion industry is definitely crucial. Number 2 is collaboration, using documents face-to-face on a platform. Number 3 is consumer-centric, because having the chance to get the information driven through all of these platforms and get them in a business environment gives us the opportunity to better interact with the customer and at the end of the day give them a better experience into our stores. We have 40,000 models, 40,000. It's a big number. Before adopting Google Apps platform, we were relying a lot on emails and on scanners, tons of emails running around the company. The Google Order Sheet for us was the first implementation back in 2014. It used the sheets, it used Drive, it interacted with the whole organization, more than 500 people in 9 countries. It gave us the opportunity to share this information in an easy way, to share it immediately, and to get people interacting with the same form and changing the information just real time. It's a tool that all the product managers are using to exchange model information with the suppliers and with our team offshore in China, India, Bangladesh. We reduced email from 5 million. We're approximately running a 2 million email rate between Italian team and offshore team. So it's a minus 50, 60%, which is a great result, and that's productivity. The OVS team loves Google Drive. They share big files, and it's very simple. Taking pictures of a window, taking pictures of mannequins, uploading it into Drive, and sharing it. I just love Hangout. It's really easy. If you have to interact with your suppliers, you do a Hangout because it's easier. If you need to interact with a colleague of yours sitting somewhere in the headquarters, you use Hangout. We're testing Hangouts to do recruiting processes, to do sales meetings. Now you have 20 plus people interacting. Don't get them in a room, you get them through Hangout. I share a document. We're looking at the same document. We're changing that document, and then we're having a Hangout, and we're looking at each other. Google Apps for Work opened our mind, so I just love it.
So that's another example of a company creating a strong digital culture with apps. But what does it take to get there? Magazine Luiza is one of the largest retailers in Brazil. With 777 stores, 24,000 employees, and 36 million customers, they're a prime example of an established brick-and-mortar retail business. Magazine Luiza has focused on evolving from a physical company with a digital area to a digital company with physical points of human warmth. To achieve this transformational strategy, they've been looking beyond technology into the organizational culture of their people. So let's see how they've been using Google Apps to help.
My name is Marcelo Codi. I'm the CIO of Magazine Luiza, one of the largest retail companies in Brazil. We have more than 20,000 employees with 780 stores, 8 distribution centers, spread in 16 states. It's very important for us to have solutions that can bring those teams together, work in an efficient mode, and that can collaborate to emphasize operational efficiency, innovation, and bring a good experience for our clients. We are a people-oriented company that motivates our team to be even more collaborative and innovative. Currently, we are facing a digital transformation program. Our goal is to transform the company from a traditional company with a digital area to a digital company with physical stores and human touch. When we decide to adopt the Google for Works platform, we're looking for a good experience to improve the collaborative and innovative spirit. We implemented the solution in about 4 months with 0 errors. The implementation was organic. People start to learn by themselves about the solution, improving this knowledge, these skills to use and share this knowledge with the other people. We realized that in a short period of time, all the users were very used to the solution and they enjoyed it. They liked it. Once the users were able to learn about how to use all the features of the solution like Hangout, like Gmail and Drive and the other solutions, they start to create new things. One thing that surprised me a lot in a good way is that the users can develop their own system to solve their own problems. So it helped us to create like a self-service mode. The communication process was more efficient. Areas like human resources start to do interviews to remote candidates. The decision process was facilitated by not having to travel a lot, meetings, document sharing. So we are able to achieve better results in a faster way. We understand that our customers' profile has changed. They are using technology. Platforms like Google Apps for Works can give us this kind of transformation inside our internal teams, so we can reflect this internal transformation in order to bring some benefits to the clients. For the future, we understand that the digital transformation is not only a project, it's a journey. We need to keep bringing great experiences for our clients by adopting new technologies that can keep the journey moving forward.
So we've seen how to manage in-store communications, hire and train a great retail associate, and get them contributing from the floor. How to streamline and harmonize operations and get a whole team involved to innovate and design smarter and faster. We've seen how Google Apps help retailers grow revenue with a compelling customer experience, reduce costs through efficient operations, and quickly bring ideas to market, all while bringing management intelligence to the process, and all on a secure Google platform. At Google, we're building technology to support smart, modern, and secure businesses. Whether your company focuses on physical stores, exclusively online, or across both, apps are designed to create the digital workplaces that help your teams to connect and collaborate and just work better. If you'd like to talk to one of our Google retail experts, please let us know. Visit us at apps.google.com and just look for the Contact Us button. Thanks for joining us. I'm Drew Alfonso, and this has been Atmosphere Digital, Evolving Retail.
Now don't tune out just yet. We have a couple of special Atmosphere offers for those who fill out our brief survey. First, be one of the first to try SAP Anywhere, a new solution to manage your e-commerce website, CRM, marketing, sales, order management, and inventory, and it easily integrates with Google Apps. Our second Atmosphere offer is for 2 new, freshly on the market Acer Chrome bases for your meetings and conference rooms. Take advantage of these offers by completing our survey now. Thanks again for joining us today at Atmosphere Digital.